as you can, the ES retesting the Friday low. And so let's look at SPY, maybe easier to see. SPY, so here is the election gap. So we have a little bit tiny to go. And so we are currently in this downtrending channel. Okay, is it bearish? Okay, I'm not a extremely bullish. I just see what I trade. I trade what I see. So from what I see, it's not super bearish yet. Why do I say that? So okay, you can call this W bottom, this W the first wave, and this the second wave. If the bears are so strong, why they couldn't fill the gap the whole last week, right? They had many opportunities to do that. Okay, I'm not saying it's not gonna get filled. I'm just saying, analyzing what I see. So, even if this is filled, we still have the second wave, and this is much stronger W here. So, okay, that's still how many dollars? $10 away. And if you look at the monthly, I sent this warning in December. I sent the warning in December. I'm gonna delete all these things so you can see. December candle, I'm gonna delete all this stuff so you guys can see what I see. So December candle, when this candle dropped below 50%, the November candle, I sent the warning that we are gonna go to November low. I had a price here, about 560, 567, 34, something like that. Okay, so this would be the November low. So that was December, and then December after drop went back up clearly, right? In January went to 599. And then now we have monthly breakdown. So this is pure strat. There's nothing scientific, any indicator, just pure candle, right? So now December break below, January break below December low. So the high probability to trade is coming to this November low. Now we already know that from 2 months ago. Okay, so why did we go long? Okay, so from our analysis saying, in the bullish scenario, the 13 EMA could be support, and it was serving as support 2 times. See that 2 weekly candle, very bullish hammer. I mean, and then it hit it 600 and come back down on Friday, right? Last week. So let's look at daily. So daily, also, okay, hold on. Let's go back to weekly one more time. So in the not as bullish scenario, you see the 30 EMA serve as support. And it's also in line with the November low, 567. Okay, so are we gonna for sure to feel that hit all the way to that level? I don't know. I'm not sure. But what I see here, and I want to show you guys 3 charts, what I see. And I share this chart in the planning channel. Okay. So you can see here clearly is downside first target, right? Losing that, very likely going to here. And so far, that's the election gap fill. We're not there yet, but the high solar pattern, it really plays out, and that's in line with here. What I want to show you guys the yield. This yield is really the trouble. This is the trouble. And so now you see monthly. Monthly MACD just cross over. And then this is our 30 minutes entry. See how we enter this trade here on 30 minutes? And it break out. So I have two upside target, 4.94 and then 5.27. That's 10 years yield. And this is the problem causing that all the inflation. And also the problem for all the risky assets. What is risky assets? Regional banks. You know, when we had issue with Silicon Valley Bank, that issue may come back. And then real estate. So rumor has it saying now used to be if you're late for 6 months, 180 days, and they foreclosure your house. Now the rumor has it they are gonna change to half of that, 90 days. So if that's the case, there may be a lot of people causing maybe the problem. Okay, so all that being said, this level, 5,800, it would be where the election gap fill. Losing that, I'm seeing somewhere here. This will be a strong support. So this level and this line in the sand and the lower level, that's what I'm watching. So we have CPI, we have PPI on Tuesday and CPI on Wednesday. I went back to read all the support again, and I listened to a lot of the channel interviews. And so a lot of them still, full-time employees still going down and part-time employment going up. So the labor market is not as glorious as the report says. And also, a lot of maybe also after Trump election, and the businesses have more confidence. They start, look for to fill certain positions again. So, okay, so 58.40, 58.45, that's the last week low, was also the Friday low. So this is the first line in the sand and the second one, 5,800. It's not too far away. If CPI is good, which is the same as last round, and that made a D, I don't know whether you guys remember, she made a 550,000 on one trade. So that's a day, and I'm hoping this trade give her another 550,000, meaning we could be also saved. One more thing I want to show people, I'm not trying to scare you guys, but what I'm seeing on hourly time frame, I'm seeing wicks to go to 33, 32, 33. You can clearly see this is going up, right? And that's what really scares me. Okay, so we're on ES daily, like prices here now. And the volume is very thin, right? The election gap. That's why I'm watching 5,800. Here is the strong support. And losing that, it will be 57.40. I just want to give you a volume profile view and also the actual chart view. So wicks, I'm seeing hourly time frame and has a huge spike on wicks. And it reminds me last August. I think last August have a little bit PTSD on me. I saw the same thing. I don't know whether you guys remember August 5th, that Sunday had a huge crash down. And then the weekend before that Friday, we went long, a lot of us, because we thought it was bottoming. And then suddenly crashed because of carry trade. I'm not saying there is another round of carry trade, but this is what I see, right? So I have to show you guys what I see on hourly time frame. That's a pretty big spike, 10 points, more than 10 points. And if that does spike, that tells me market should have another leg down. And that's why I'm looking at the lower level, 5,800 or 5740 level. And I'm having a hard time to go on this. But in the longer time frame, none of this changed. So 15 minutes hourly, we all have wave 3 up. 15, 1, okay, this is changed. 5 and then 1. That meaning, see this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So once you break the pivot low, the structure change. Earlier was not the same. So now this level has to hold for us, which I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. So that's why I'm saying we just had a nice run on Q, and then we got stopped out. I'm not planning to enter any at this point. And looking like QQQ, let's look at QQQ, the same view. So Q is also hourly time frame downtrending channel, very clean, right? And on weekly, this is December low, and this is the November low. So we are below it. If we don't reclaim fast, here is our target. And let's look at the election gap. Election gap is here. So NQ is a lot stronger than yes. So this is election gap, and we are here. So this is clearly W bottom on Q. And so far, we're at very strong support. But losing that level, we could see here. And so if CPI is good and we spike to whatever, let's say 5980 or 6,000, even though daily I'm still seeing wave 5 up. SPY daily is still wave 5 up. But wave 4 is a band, right? So will be somewhere near here. Also in line, even the lower part 567, right? That's in line with what we saw on the monthly chart. So if for whatever reason CPI number does give us a spike, the shares are there's nothing to worry. But the options that we still have a lot of time, our 31st. But if it keep dropping, the grinding will kill our premium pretty fast. So I'm hoping for a good CPI, but hoping it's not a good strategy. So on Friday, I was gonna send here, take the stop loss on the call, and then we re-enter here, we can make it back. But then later on, I noticed it was in my planning channel message box, but I never sent, I never pressed the send button. So I know it's down by a lot. So for whatever reason, PPI, CPI is up. We need to either set break even or get out. Ideally, come back here. Then we can at least break even in that case, more than 100 points. May actually have some profit. Okay, so that is that. And Bitcoin, this daily wave 4 is really never printed. Bitcoin. I've been watching 3 levels, and it did hit my first level. This is strong support, consolidated for many days. And this has been tested 1, 2, 3 times, and it's still holding. But look at here. When you see this three moving average like that, I know they're gonna curve down and then come back down. And then MACD is about to cross over to the downside. So I'm thinking at least to this level, 87, 85. And then if we come to this level lower, that would be a gift for us to get into Bitcoin. So that's the market. And I want to, there's two tickers that I added. T-Mobile. So T-Mobile on hourly time frame may retest this low, and then on daily time frame, the target is, I forgot. Let me look at the swing channel. Is 256. 250. That's more than 20%. That's pretty good, right? So last week we had really good trades on CED and VST. And how many of you guys took Boeing? When I became bullish on Boeing, it was 136, 137. And then it went to 187. 137 to 187, guys. That's huge, right? So Boeing is going back up, and we are in the call. Friday, it had a good run, but then market wasn't cooperating. So that's T-Mobile. This is W bottom. We're talking about, this area. Let's talk about what's curve, right? So this is the curve, right? You have W bottom, I'm top. And so what is our entry? Let's look at our entry. We always say, okay, I know I'm gonna get it wrong again. So we say we're gonna enter at the bottom 30%, and then exit the top 30%. So I'm not saying we're gonna immediately enter as soon as hit. I know every time I got it wrong. I think I have issue with I don't know how to use this thing. Every time it got me wrong. I have to flip it. Okay. So the bottom 30%, 33%, we just almost hit there. And we only go in when we have signals, right? And on daily, like I would be watching this on 30 minutes. It's okay. As soon as 30 minutes have the signal, what we look for, we can enter. So right now, but you can also do dollar cost average in. Let's say, okay, this is in 30, and then I'm gonna enter one more, buying more, this level, and then the last level will be 198, 191, sorry. So level one, level two, and then here will be my last level. Am I gonna have stop loss? No, I'm not gonna have stop loss. Why is that? It's not really that far from look at many weeks of consolidation either. And if it really come back down to 180, I would load really hard. And you can do a reverse way to enter. A lot of times I say, hey, look, you don't have to enter the first level. You can enter the second level or third level reverse. But the risk you're facing, there may not be third level or second level. There may be just one level and start to go. So that's why we do dollar cost average in. And another ticker I added is AAOI. This is one of the hot ticker that I paid attention for a while. And target is pretty good too. What is the target? 47, 48. So let's say 47. That's what? $16. That's $16 move. $16, how many percent, guys? You do your own math. I'm not very good at the math these days. I used to be able to do all the calculation by mental, but I think my mental is as bad as Joe Biden these days. Look where it came, like on top of the gap, and then start going. Here, it's gonna consolidate a little bit more, moving areas come back down, and then boom, you go. So that's really good, almost 50%, right? More than 50% upside. So it's good. But this ticker, I would say personally set stop loss here. But if you want to say set stop loss at the 29.50, that's fine too. Okay. Um, Gold. I so regret I didn't take the gold on Friday. So I was on the Discord voice here, and this is clearly W bottom for me. I'm always looking at the W bottom. Like, and I was watching here, as I was talking, and I didn't set pre-order. Look how fast it went. And I couldn't catch it. From here to here, that's one contract, that's a few $1,000s. Your stop loss will never trigger. At one point I went long near here, and then I got out and never really paid attention until Friday morning. Like, oh, okay. So that and dollar is another big issue, not just the yield, the dollar. I'm seeing a monthly level dollar goes there. That's only the first level, and the second. That's why I'm bullish now until I'm not bullish until it taking the major pivot point out here, then we'll be really cautious. I think the later this year, we're gonna have a really deep pullback when you look at a monthly level. Monthly level, really the true support. Okay, is it here 525? It's a support? Yes, it is. But the really strong support is 480 somewhere. I'm not saying it will drop to 480, but it could, because this wave 4 band is a huge area. And 536 not too far from here. But we'll see. I don't want to try to scare ourselves. So this year I shared in the planning channel that I'm not doing a lot of tickers. In the volatile years, you want to go with good tickers only. And you choose a few that you really think, like Microsoft, even market go drop 100 points, 200 points, like on SPY, Microsoft will come back. Or you just focus on indices. Don't do any individual ticker. That's fine too. Okay, I just saw, okay. Anyway, I just saw Wendy's asking. I know the second person. I don't know the first person. I don't remember first person name. I receive payment and people don't put Discord ID in there. I just received the payment. There's no ID, but as I don't know how to add this person. Okay, so that's SPY QQQ on short term, and I said on the planet in the planet channel, if ES drop to this level, start and bounce fast, we're gonna do weekly SPX call. And SPX is very risky to trade. So now it's the time for me to jump in on how I choose SPX, right? So let's see. I want to use our, oh, I only have two here. Okay, so, okay. So this is 1 minute chart, and you can do like this. Okay. You can do two charts, one 5 minutes and one 1 minute. Okay, so this is one and this one. So this the option chart, like option as a ticker. So this here, when ES come to major support and we want to go long, I'm gonna change this to 5 minutes. Or you can do one like 5 minutes or it'll be somewhere here. Okay. So when ES come to strong support, and this is Friday, I think it was hitting 58.45 after the job number. And I was watching on 1 minute. This is purely reversal. And that's why strike is important. You could have done 2 rounds. So the first round, reversal 1 minute. Your entry is $3 and stop loss $2.40. That's only 60 cents stop loss. And it went to 5.6. So, and then you could have re-entered again. $2.80 and $2.40 stop loss and went to $4.80. And then we did 5-6 rounds SPX. And let's look at the put. I don't remember whether this put is the put. Let me look at it. So we did puts when ES hit 59.11 and 59.11. So, and the expect move was at the time was 25, I think. So 59.11 and $25 move, that gave me what, 58. We did 58.65, I remember. 58.65. At the time was $5. And so I always choose something you check, expect move. And also throughout the day, you want to see which day, like what time of the day. Like if near lunchtime, like 11 Central Time, I don't want to put any trades in. At least after like their lunchtime, you start putting trades in. And I always want to check at supply zone. Clearly have a sharp rejection. We usually watch it on 15 minutes. And so sharp rejection, there's no support until here. We know until, so they said, okay, I have $25.50. Let's just using this one. I have $50, so I would say anything less than $5. So minus 50, that's 57.70, right? 57.70. I'll probably choose something either 57.60 or 57.65 if it's in the morning. But if it's in the afternoon, after lunch, and expect move, definitely it's not going to be this much, probably like $25, $30. And this, I will choose something 57.90. 57.90, by then it's going to be less than $5. I always want to choose like less than $5. So my entry usually I just use 1 minute, and you can like do 5 minutes. I don't know what we did. Hold on. I think my my trade has a good record. Let's see what I did. The very first put or call Friday. Friday is 10, right? 10. Okay, so we did one 5,900. Can you guys see 5,900 call? Oh, this I did the leap on. Let's not do that. Let's go to the day, very beginning of the day. So we did a 58.40 call, $3.80. Still have $31 expected move. So that meaning it could go to 58.70, right? And if this $31 all realize, this thing can go very high. And I think this call went to $27, I remember correctly. When about 5 minutes your trade, stop was to 7, 10 out, 10.3 out more, 11 and 9. So that at least go to 11.9. Oh, went to 22. So I remember correctly. 58.40 call. We entered from when ES was here. When $3.80 to $22. You want to catch trade like that, and then when you do using 1 minute entry, your stop loss is so low. It's very, very low risk, high reward trade. And let's continue look at what put we did. Okay, so that is that. And then how do we do puts? We did 20850 put entry $5. And this put went to 25. That's 500% return. That's trade number 2. And we did 58.40 puts, $33.80, 11 and a half. So, and then we did call. This call didn't go too far. I think only went to 9 or 11, $13. That $13 from 7, it almost more than 80%, right? So if you could catch a couple of these trades a day, like $3.80, you put on 3, that would be about $1,000 capital requirement, but your stop loss only $1. So you're risking $3 to bet on $31 move on the underlying SPX or ES from $3 to 22. That's huge return, right? So you're risking $1 and you made $18. Your RR is $18 to 1. That's super. And then if you did a put again, that put give you 500%. And we never risk the whole $5. Our 1 minute stop loss, let me see whether I have that trace here. Oh, no. Why I have this call there? Okay, we did this call, I forgot that. What happened to my put? I don't know which day is which day. I think the last one was that day. It's not here. It's not here. I have this one only. The other ones I just changed the name there. That's unfortunate. But I also enter the same way. You want to see how much expect move still remaining in the time of the day, and then whether you see ES at support or resistance. When we talk about curve, it's the same thing. What is curve? So here is the max really for me. Curve for me, this is the max. The top 30%, because we are in downtrending environment. So any resistance could push it back down. And that's why I was looking for here to short. And I want to say we shorted here, and then we shorted here again. The first time no, I don't remember where exactly we shorted. I think what time is this? Okay, never mind, we shorted here. we shorted here, we did the puts. And then we did call, we did puts, and we did one more wrong, I don't know, here, and then the puts. That's what it is, I think. Anyway, so usually I would see where they are in terms of resistance and support, what is the trend is. So on a super bullish momentum times, I try not to do the puts, but this is super bearish sentiment. So you have to do put. And then one is as a hedge for your long shares and also a way for us to make a little bit of money, right? So if you did 4 or 5 rounds of that, you did very well. And what else we did well was Meta. Meta we entered. That was a ticker I gave Tuesday. What day we have day off? Tuesday, Wednesday? Wednesday. Jimmy Carter Thursday? I don't know what day is day. So it had a $30 run. That's pretty good, right? So this call and then Boeing, one of our long ticker went really well. And so FNGU, if come back down here again, I will really load very hard on this sticker. So now we have CEG. CEG is done. It hit my target from 215 to 309. That's a huge return. I'm gonna remove that. VST, we still have a little bit room to grow, but you could really take this profit and then put in FNGU, in my opinion, and that's what I have very tiny small left. And so now I want to talk about Netflix. So Netflix trendline support is somewhere near here. Beginning of the Friday gave us, it wasn't really super bullish, but at least gave us a little bit of profit. And then if market drops, this may come back down more to hit this trend line support like 814 something. But if we did in February call, I think we're fine if you're still holding that. And then UNH, I think daily wave 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4, it's gonna come back down, retest the low. So if you didn't act the call or share, you may take a round trip, elevator down again. And okay, so I want to look at RGTI. Okay, I'm not a super big fan of quantum technology. All I'm is technical analysis. I don't really, sometimes I don't even remember the ticker name, to be honest. I don't remember the company name. I just remember ticker. So for me, if this ticker holds $7, I wonder how many big money holding this ticker knew Jensen Huang gonna make that comment. I don't think he told everyone, say, hey, I'm gonna make this comment. So this ticker gonna drop from $20 to $8. I don't think so. So there has to be big money trapped in. And then I think this ticker may have another chance too. So if I'll watch this ticker on 30 minutes, but you gotta have stop loss on this ticker. I keep saying every time I said that on record, every time we trade this ticker, because few things need to be reminded, right? This kind of ticker, you got to do day trading only and with stop loss. Because you don't want things to happen. This is you here by holding on top of the mountains and look down, there's no end. So here it's really super strong support, $7. That's why I chose 7. And if this hold, I can see at least to $13 even the gap fill. If you are one of the bag holders, that could be your hope. You might want to, get out. Let me look at it. The sticker. So this downside it will be somewhere $25. And so this one of the tickers running information, mega from pattern is very good. So I would probably, we did call on this and actually went into money. I'll be watching this ticker on 30 minutes. So right now you see this thing gonna drop. And if could retest here and then start going higher, I can see the sticker going back to $40 or higher. So that's my view. And Apple, I gave Apple, Apple hit our first entry price, like 235, 236, somewhere here. And then second one, I don't remember exact price in our long-term portfolio. I'm just showing you as example. So Apple Friday is not so bad, actually hammer candle compared to indices, right? And then so we still have a lot of the bullish stickers, and that's all I'm giving. So I want to look at Tesla. Tesla, we said losing $400, it would come back down to 373. That's the volume gap, right? Now, Friday candle, not too bad, consider what indices did, right? So this looks W bottom to me. If this holds this level and market start rallying back, this ticker could go at least 450. And I'm hoping CPI is going to give us a huge push. And so we can take profit on the sticker. And I think that's all I have in mind today. So tomorrow we have a plan. And then you know how I gonna execute the plan. And so I will see you guys tomorrow morning with that. All right, bye. No questions. Bye.